morning.
I'm Joanne.
I'm Amy.
We're from Magpies Cottage.
Happy Saturday morning to you.
Nice to see you again. Okay, we're recording this time.
Yes.
The clock is moving.
Okay, this is take two.
Yeah. Oh, the more we do this, the worse we get.
Yeah, when we started, we never had any problems. We just hit the button and away we went.
Yeah.
Oh, well. We had a rehearsal today, so sounds good.
Oh, so how you doing for Christmas?
I'm ready. Yep.
I'm not.
Oh, well, that's okay. You can wait to the last minute. I cannot. I go nuts. So
Okay.
it's all right. We'll be fine. Derek is home. We had a nice dinner with him and Ashley last night. And
Okay.
today we're going to do some family things. And
Oh, okay.
yeah.
Where'd you go for dinner?
We went out to Kiel.
Okay.
Out to Fork and Dagger.
Where's that? Is that
Okay.
right by the circle?
No.
Okay.
No. You go into Kiel all the way downtown past Evans to, you go like a block past where you would turn to go on, was it?
57.
57, is that?
Yeah.
Okay. Anyway, I don't know what road, but it's all the way through the downtown, and then where you would make that turn to stay on the highway, you go straight, and it's about a block down from there.
Okay.
And they have a great menu, and they have a great beer selection. And Derek and Ashley are into this whole, I call it beer collecting.
Oh, okay.
For lack of a better word, they just like to sample different microbrews and that stuff.
Okay.
And so this is like a hobby to them, and we went out there largely because they had a great beer selection, and
Okay.
I even tried. I had a sip of a beer. It's a Christmas brew, and it was really good because it had like orange in it, and cinnamon, and it was really good.
Oh,
Cool. One sip, okay.
how was the food?
Oh, the food was great.
Okay.
Yeah. Derek had a panko breaded chicken that was a lot. Okay, when I looked at it, it looked a lot like chicken schnitzel.
Okay.
And Ron had a rigatoni with Italian sausages that was delicious, and Ashley had something with I know there were tortellini in there, and it's some kind of cream sauce. I don't remember. I don't remember what. Shrimp was in there.
Oh, okay.
And then I had, and I have to say he made this special for me because I can't have the pasta, but it was scallops. And in a cream garlic sauce with tomatoes and mushrooms. And then because I could not have the pasta that went with it, he put in extra veggies. And so then there were more mushrooms and then some Brussels sprouts in there.
Oh,
and
that would make it interesting.
Yeah. Oh, it was just delicious.
Good.
So go for, Fork and Dagger, good restaurant. And they have traditional things, but it's not, not traditional tasting, I guess. It's different. And we were very happy. So
all right.
Here's my shout out for the restaurant. Okay. New yarn.
Yeah?
Yeah. Okay,
Okay,
so
let's
we've
check it out.
Got a couple of things here. This is, I've never seen this before. It's Soft Yak by Rowan. It's a DK weight. It's a chain ply. It has 50 grams on the ball, 148 yards. I think it was a size 6 needle. Okay. Interesting construction because it's half cotton. 76% cotton, so excuse me. 15% yak and 9% nylon. What I think is interesting about this is that maybe the yak and the nylon will prevent it from that weird cotton stretch you get. Because I don't like knitting cotton yarns because of their weird stretch. But the yak and the nylon might prevent it from doing that. It has a chain ply. So I think this would be an interesting swatch. I just would like to, swatch it and see what it does. Play with it a little bit.
Yeah, I think I want to make a scarf out of it because I'm looking for something I can make a scarf to put in front of my face when it's really cold.
And you wouldn't necessarily want the wool.
Right, because that can get fuzzy. I don't want fuzz going in my mouth. So with the cotton and yak, that would be really warm. Yak is extremely warm.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Yeah, and I think the only thing warmer than yak is that muskox stuff, and we can't afford that.
Yeah, okay, no, can't afford that.
Yeah.
So this is a beautiful gray, a silvery gray, and then we have this kind of a warm mushroomy color, and then a tealy blue-green. So interesting, something to, if you don't want to do wool, definitely an interesting option.
Yeah, beautiful.
So then we had some restocks this week of Heritage Sock. This is a beautiful purple that came in. And so, yeah, we were out of some colors, so we got a few in. Another restock, some cozy LRA alpaca. Nice, soft. This is so soft. Now, you were saying on our first take that people are using this for their wonderful wallabies?
Becky is.
Becky is.
Yep.
So this is a worsted weight, huh?
It's a little thicker than a normal worsted. I have it over by the chunky, I think. How many yards are in here?
178.
Yeah. So it's a little thicker than worsted.
Yeah,
but
it'd be closer to an Aran.
she knits extremely tight.
Okay.
So using the thicker yarn, I mean,
work.
she's still got the right gauge.
Okay. Wow, it's really, really soft.
Yeah.
So-
Hers is going to be really warm.
Well, good.
Being that tight. Yep.
Yeah. And then we have I've been waiting for this to come in. It took a while. Wonderland Yarns. This is Cheshire Cat. This is the White Rabbit colorway, and we have it in, this one is called Too Much Pepper, charcoal gray. And then we have a variegated, and this one's called Such Beauties. It's got some mauve and gray and teal in there and pretty pinks. So I had ordered this because I have a set of minis that are in the same yarn, and I have this shawl I want to knit that calls for these sets of minis. I don't know which one of these two is going to work best with my set of minis.
Oh, okay.
So it'll be a surprise. I'm going to play with it, but it's a, oh gosh, what's her name? Remember, we were at ZK, and that gal had this absolutely gorgeous shawl that was all those different colors. And when we were sitting in the other room, and we saw it late in the day.
Yeah, I remember that shawl, but I don't remember who it was.
Okay, well, that's the shawl.
Okay.
And I'm knitting that shawl. I loved that shawl.
It was spectacular.
it was just
I'm
gorgeous.
anxious to see it.
Yeah, so it's has a lot of slip stitches going with it. So it's that kind of mosaic knitting kind of thing. And so I'm going to use one of these for that. And then my set of minis.
Okay.
This is 4 ounces, not 100 grams. So there's 512 yards on here. It has this really bouncy, round, soft feel to it. So I think it's going to knit up really neat, really kind of cushy, you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
And I'm looking forward to trying that. The Wonderland yarns, everything is related to Alice in Wonderland, and I haven't a clue why. But that's just what it is. But so that came in finally, because yeah, that took a while.
Yeah. Well, it's hand dyed. All the hand dyed stuff takes usually 5 to 6 weeks to come in.
Okay, cool. And then the last one that came in, I'll show you this color first. This is Sock and Regia?
I always say Regia. I'm
Regia,
not sure.
I don't know. Okay, it's German, whatever. Can't speak German anyways. It's 4-ply sock weight, and it's silk. It is, okay, where was the percentages? 55% wool, 25% polyester, and 20% silk. Now, what caught my eye on this is, oh my gosh, silk socks. True. Silk socks used to have silk in them, I suppose. But what caught my eye about this was its fingering weight, silk, and wool. So you will have the warmth of wool, the strength of nylon, the strength of silk, the sheen of silk, and the drape of silk. So you are going to have, so this would make one absolutely gorgeous fingering weight sweater.
I think so.
You know, and there's 400 yards, 437, I think.
Yeah.
437 yards. So you figure 1,600 yards is a fingering weight sweater, typically. And you'd be able to knit that sweater for under $100.
Yeah.
That's impressive.
Yeah.
So, and we have 3 colors. This is like a sea foam kind of green. And then we have this plum color, which is very pretty. This is Joanne's color, by the way.
Yep, that's the one. I
Yep.
want to make
And
a sweater
then-
with that.
You really?
I think so. For next summer.
Yeah. Oh.
I mean, with that much silk, you could wear that in the summer even though
oh
it has
yeah, be a
wool in it.
great T-shirt.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, hey. Oh, I got a
Yeah.
couple in my queue that I
Yeah.
wanted to do. This would work. And here's this denim-y blue. This is my color. Okay. As we did on take 1, we kind of picked a color. This
Yeah.
is me, and this one's her.
Yeah.
Definitely. So that's the new yarns that came in this week. Really
Cool.
cool stuff.
Very nice. Very
Yeah.
nice. Well, I've been doing a ton of knitting for Christmas because at the last minute, that's what I do. I get all these bright ideas, and I knit right up until the day I go give the presents away. And when I finish, I finish. When I don't, I don't.
And so if you don't finish something, does somebody not get something?
Well, let me just show you. No.
Okay.
I got one
Oh
to
my
show
gosh,
you.
she's got a bag full here.
This one is going to go in the gift bag on the needles.
Oh, I've done that. Sure.
Because I didn't
Oh.
I didn't finish it. I was gonna, and then all of a sudden I said, "Oh, I want to make a hat for so and so," and so I said, "Oh, I'll just put this one on the needles." I got it all wrinkled up, but
Okay.
this is the one I'm making for Cadence.
This is gorgeous.
This yarn is beautiful, Blue Doxy Dye Works yarn, and it's just the basic raglan from Ann Budd's Top Down book, but I added a cable on the front there.
And this cable is gorgeous. It came
Yeah.
from this Japanese
Stitch
dictionary,
Yeah.
and it is an absolutely gorgeous, gorgeous cable.
Yep.
You know, I'm quite certain the camera doesn't do it justice. So,
Yeah, so that's how that's gonna go.
well, that's okay. You know, and since you're making it for a kid, making it big obviously is fine.
Yeah.
In this way, though, you can have her try it on, and you can
Yeah.
get the length right.
Yeah,
You know,
especially on the
Cadence is
sleeves.
growing and getting tall.
Yeah, so I'll make it whatever she would need plus an inch.
Yeah,
Then
that makes sense.
And it'll last a little while.
So, okay, one's still on the needles. I've
Yeah.
done that, not very often, but I
yeah,
do.
and I got a bunch of sock tubes, and so I just thought, well, I'll make until I'm out of them, and then I'll give, candy or whatever else, I'm gonna give. But I was knitting yesterday, and I was making socks with the sock tubes like I like to do. This one needs the toe and heel. And I was using some really crappy needles, some old bamboo ones.
Oh, ick.
Because, I have a ton of sock size needles, but when you split these sock tubes, you put one on the top and one above it, and then you cut in between.
Right.
So I've got needles in tubes all over the place. And I was using these really crappy bamboo ones and getting frustrated, like doing the bind off and trying to make a nice stretchy bind off. I was like, you dummy, you own a yarn shop. What are you using this crap for? And so I went and I got the good Shy Goo.
Shy Goo Reds, nice
the
nice sock
red
needles.
lace.
Yeah.
So I got the good needles, and so now it's just flying by. I'm getting through these. Yeah, those crappy bamboo ones, it was taking forever.
I think the crappy bamboo buttons would be okay to leave sit in a sock when you are doing your pickup. It's easy, with the shorter needle. I would think that it would be easy to do that. And then just pick it up, snip it, and then knit it right off of the bamboo needle onto your good needle.
Yeah, because where I really noticed the difference was the bind off. On those bamboos, they're just too sticky to get a nice stretchy bind off, and you have to add that little twist in between.
Oh, are you using the
Jenny's?
Jenny's? Yeah, that's a great.
Yeah, because I went and I said, that's so fussy. I said, let me try the other one again. And I did one of these socks. I bound off with the one from Very Pink Knits.
Okay.
Where you knit two, put them back on the needle.
Right.
Yeah, and go through the back loop. And I even did them in pattern because she said that makes it even stretchier. But I
Okay.
did not like it. It wasn't as stretchy as this, because this is nice and stretchy. And it flared out way more.
Okay.
It wouldn't lay as nice as this. See this? I think it lays pretty nice.
Well, I think, and what I like about the Jennies is that if you look this way, you've got this up and down thing going. It's like it makes these turns like a rickrack,
Yeah.
almost kind of look to it, and that's what keeps it stretchy. And so in the very pink knits one, what happens is it does open up your cuff, whereas this creates like a chain angle kind of thing, and that's what keeps your cuff looking nice and tight.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I'm sticking with my Jenny's.
okay, and this yarn is
Oh,
beautiful.
this yarn is gorgeous. This is Twisted Owl. I got it at the Madison Knitters Guild, and I love it. Twisted Owl, wherever you are, I love this sock yarn. And I'm playing a little yarn chicken. I had 10 grams when I started this toe, and so I'm going to measure it as soon as I'm done with the toe and see what I have left to see if I'll have enough to do 2 heels yet. So I have the 2 heels to do. So this one will definitely be ready for Christmas, this pair. So,
Well, and what else you got in there?
oh, this is in case I don't make it with this, then I'll put this color heel on.
Oh, that'd be fun.
Yeah. Well, I have this pair of socks, which I'm really excited about. They got soft. Before I blocked them, the yarn was not that soft, and I was worried.
Yeah, this isn't itchy.
No, this is really nice now.
What kind of yarn is
Now,
this?
this yarn was dyed by my daughter when she was experimenting with dyeing, and it's beets. She used beets to dye this, and beets always
That
turns
explains the
this.
pinks.
Yeah, that's why it's got all the, can you see it on the camera? I'm not sure. It's got pink flecks in it.
Yeah, it's very subtle pink flecks.
Yeah.
Which is why this pink heel and toe and cuff look so good with it.
Yeah. So, yeah, and it was just that universal ready to dye yarn is what she
Okay.
started with.
Huh.
So, yeah, and I'm really excited about how nice and soft it is. I was worried.
Okay.
Definitely worried.
All right.
Okay. Oh, well, also, I finished my hat. I think I showed this last time.
Oh,
And I
this
said
is
it
so
would be
cool.
done before Christmas. Ooh, look at even the top.
Are you going to put a pom-pom up there or no?
No, I don't want to hide this beautiful top.
Well, that's true. It is gorgeous.
So, yeah, that's not for anybody in particular. That's going to stay in the shop for a while and be a shop model. I suppose I could put this off her eyes. There.
Now that it's all dry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
that's
that blocked
beautiful.
this week. Yeah, I've been like cranking it out. Let me
Oh
tell
my
you.
God. She's got this whole bag full of stuff here.
This is another pair of socks. This was a sock club 2 years ago, 3 years ago.
Something like that.
It was a zigzagular sock. You can see the little zigzag there. On was that? I
that
think that's
opal?
no, I think it's a Regia. I'm trying to look at the think of the label in my mind. And I'm pretty sure that's Regia. And yeah, so I finished the second sock. I made the second sock now. So that one's ready to go. And then I made these
these
for
are
Liz. These are her favorite colors. So I have a pair of those for Liz.
Wow.
She saw them because they were blocking in the bathroom. This is for Cadence. This is,
That's the leftovers from her sweater, isn't it?
right, this is the leftovers from Liz's sweater.
But you...
Blue Doxy Dye Works, and I mixed mohair with it.
Yeah, the fuzz on that is so cute. I don't know if you can see that,
Yeah.
but it's just this really cute kind of fuzzy look to it.
And now Liz is jealous. She wants one. She's like, where's mine? I was like, you never wear hats. She said, that's because you never made me one.
Oh, yeah, right.
So I'll make her one. We'll see if she ever wears it. And then one more, or maybe, yeah, just one more. This one I finished last night. This is just a beanie. I cast on 88 stitches, size 8 needle, and did the broken rib. I haven't blocked it or anything. But it's going to be really warm. Feel how thick that is.
Oh, my.
That's that Bergère Magic Plus. It's in the clearance. But, yeah, that's for my brother-in-law, I think.
Wow. That is warm.
Yeah. So I might make another hat like this yet I'll cast on. So I might try to cast on one more hat and another pair of socks, plus finish this pair of socks yet before Christmas.
Okay.
I got a couple days.
Sure, she'll make it.
So, yeah. And some of it I don't need till the 26th, so I got
Then
an
you
extra
can get on
day.
Christmas Day.
Yeah. So that's what I've been working on. What have
Well,
you been working on?
I've not been as industrious. I do not have 4 pair of socks to show you that are finished. I have 1 pair of mittens, though. And I have 1 hat. These are my mittens. I knit them for me. I actually started them. Ta-da! These were, the pattern is Woodland Dreamer, and it's really nice, breaks up all the pools that you would get in variegated yarn. So that's what I like about it. The tops look funny, but that's where you stop doing the pattern stitch and do garter. So they were very nice and warm.
Is this the same stitch pattern, like picking up those floats from a slip stitches like you're doing on that mystery or that Laura Ayler pattern? Is it this? You do it the same way? You just scoop down and get those 2 floats?
Yeah.
Okay.
Hey, now you reminded me of why I knew how to do that stitch.
Okay.
It is. That's what this is. It's called a trellis stitch, I think. Yeah. Well, I know that in the pattern, Lisa Ross, the designer, she called it trellis stitch. I don't know what Laura Ayler called it. So I finished these. Actually, I tested 1 mitten in summer for Lisa, and here's the other one. I finally did the second mitten.
Okay.
You know, second sock syndrome.
Well, I took 3 years to do a second sock, so 1 year for a mitten is
Okay.
or only 6 months for a mitten.
And then I finished a hat. I love my hat. This was strictly for me because I felt like it. Now, I finished, of course, the sweaters for all the kids. There it is. Rudolph's nose is in the middle. But this is leftovers from the sweaters that I finished for the kids. And my pom-pom turned out funny because I ran out of the white partway through. So I have part white on my pom-pom. I don't care.
It looks
but
nice.
this was the red sweater and then the white and then the chocolate brown that was left. And, okay, this was a blast to knit. It's
Very
color work
nice.
that it wasn't hard. I really worked on along the reindeer. I'm very happy with the way my floats turned out. And so that looks really nice.
So you didn't twist to trap any floats, did you?
I did.
You did? Okay.
I did in a few places, not as a general rule, but like here, because you had to go so far. I mean, I was going like 12 stitches in here.
Oh, yeah, that is
Yeah.
extremely far.
Yeah, but as you can see, my floats lace very nice on the inside. So,
Okay, nice.
yeah. So I love my hat. I'm gonna wear it today when we're walking around. We're going down to the Christmas market down in Milwaukee.
Oh, okay.
It's outside of the Pfizer Forum, and I'm gonna wear my hat
Very nice.
today. I had to wear this
With your mittens?
with my mittens and my
Okay.
red coat.
They're not really the same yarn, but they go together.
They go
pretty
really well together.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh no, this is Lorna's Laces, and it's a sport, and this is Cascade Heritage Sport. So they're
Okay.
both sport weight, but the reds are pretty close, so that's what makes it work out okay.
Yeah. Very nice.
So that's what I finished this week. And then this is my cowl the Laura Ayler one that I've been working on. This is, Laura Ayler does this every year, and this was a free pattern that came with, that came this year. She does this, if you buy Laura Ayler patterns throughout the year, she will gift you this pattern at Christmas time. So it works out really nice. And this year it's a cowl. I think, well, actually I've done the last 3 years. She's done, this is number 5. I didn't do the first 2. And this is number 5. And all the 3 I've done have all been cowls, and they're all really nice cowls. So this one is botanical, and I don't know if you can see the leaves going up on the garter stitch. I love it. It's turning out so cool. And of course, in my favorite color, lime green.
Yeah.
So-
there's that stitch.
Yep, and then down here is the trellis stitch again, that's how she's did the border on it. So now this is this is current, this is through day 8. I did notice in my Ravelry queue that day 9 was there, but
Okay.
I don't know when I'll have time to knit 9. Maybe when we get home tonight.
Okay.
Either that or I'll take it in the car. I don't know. But, so it's about 8-9 rows a day.
Mm-hmm.
That's all. And now that the rows are
What
getting
you keep up
shorter,
with, yeah.
they're getting pretty short now. I think that there's 24 stitches between the markers, so that's 120 stitches all the way around.
Mm-hmm.
So, and this, so there's 3 more days. Day 9 is today, 10, and then it'll be done on Christmas Eve. So
Very
I will get
nice.
up tomorrow morning and on Monday morning, and I will knit this right away and finish it.
Okay.
And I may block it right away, just because.
Uh-huh. I like the shape that it's going narrower at the top.
Yeah. So, yeah, I do too. So, this will be fun. I'll show you the finished object next time.
Good.
So that's what I'm working on.
Very nice.
Yes.
So, what else we got going on?
Well, we have the no new cast-ons in December knit along.
Right.
Okay, I don't know how that's going for the rest of you, but so far I'm okay. Even with this and my hat, both of them, I knew I wanted to do them. I literally, that Friday, it was Friday night, November 30th was a Friday night. We were home, and I literally cast on 4 things, just in case I needed to have something to knit. Not that I don't have 20 UFOs that I could work on.
Didn't you count them, your UFOs, when you were doing your room?
I did.
How many?
22.
Yeah. Okay.
So, but with my 22 UFOs, 2 of them are sweaters that are going to be frogged
Okay.
because they're not going to fit me anymore. Okay. One is a sweater that is on Sleeve Island, and I will finish that. I quit working on it because it wasn't going to fit me anymore. It fit me at the time.
And now it will.
Now it will. And then, let's see, I've got a sock, my Christmas socks from last year. But anyways, of these 22 UFOs, 7 projects are going to be finished, or 7 are going to be frogged. Okay? So that down to 15. And of those 15, 3 will be finished before the end of the year.
Okay.
Okay? One of them was this cowl. One of them was a hat that when I was doing those charity hats for school, I have one hat that I didn't quite finish. So
Okay.
I'll quick finish that up. And then another one is the January mystery shawl. Well, that's going to be done before the year ends.
Yeah.
So I need that one done. So, yeah.
So that leaves you 12. So one a month.
That's what my goal is. 1 a month.
Good.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
that's kind of how I'm gonna be. So I'm allowed to cast on a new project every month as long as I finish one of those.
Okay.
And then like there's other ones that I just started. Like I've got my my sock arm sweater that I just started that. That was one of my Friday night cast-ons. I literally just cast on the stitches for the ribbing. I haven't done anything on it since, but I cast it on just in case I might want to cast on.
Okay.
So I only have to go 3 more days, and then I can cast something on. So I'm not having serious withdrawal or anything.
Okay.
All right.
So,
I even was going to
Very
knit
nice.
something for our family. Like we have this goofy gift exchange thing.
Uh-huh.
I was going to knit something for that. And I said, nope, they're not cast on, so no, I'm not doing it. And I thought of something else. So
Well,
nobody's getting knitted things this year. Too bad, so sad.
I have a lot of cast-ons, so I'm out of it. So
Well, yeah.
that's me, though. I knew that would happen.
Yeah. Well, yeah, because I planned ahead here.
Yep. Last
Okay.
minute.
So,
yeah.
all right. What else we got going?
Oh, I've been getting ready for the retreat.
Yeah.
That's going to be a lot of fun. There's a lot of people signed up to teach classes. Right now I'm sorting through all the class sign-ups. I've talked to the resort, got all the rooms, everything straightened away. They gave me the room assignment list, so I get to tweak that and get all the rooms assigned. Yeah, so just definitely getting ready for retreat.
Cool.
I'm gonna order a bunch of yarn and not show it and take it there to unveil it. I'm going to order a bunch of my Chaigu needles that I love. I was going to take Zings because they're lightweight and easy to transport, but I thought, I love these Chaigus, so why not bring what I love? So that's what I'm going to do. All 32-inch, because you can really use 32-inch for anything.
I use 32s pretty much all the time.
Yeah.
Unless, like this cowl, I need a 24 to go around on
But
that
you
one.
could have magic looped it.
I could have. Yeah.
The only thing I don't like 32s for is 2 at a time socks. I think you need 40 for 2 at a time socks. But otherwise, I use 32 for most things.
You know what? You're right. I do too. And yeah, the 2 at a time socks, I do 40s. It's just easier that way.
Yep.
Yeah.
Now we're going to be closed next week for inventory. Every year we close from Christmas to New Year's. We do our inventory. I get that all entered in the computer, print up the reports for the accountant, and then we're fresh to go on January 2nd. So, yep, so we'll be closed. Counting the main part of the yarn we're counting on the 27th.
Yes.
I'll be here.
I'll be here counting yarn.
Yep, that'll be fun.
We're going to allow some knitting time in the afternoon, though.
Yeah,
Yes.
definitely.
So if you have some time on the 27th and want to join us, the more yarn counters we have, the more knitting time we get.
Yeah, definitely. That would be, that'll be nice.
So, yeah. Let's see. And we have the first Saturday in January coming up will be the Mystery Shawl, number 3 for this year. I did do yarn hints on Thursday night, but just for, and I did, you know what? I just thought of it right now. I didn't put them on Ravelry. We are going to be knitting a multicolored shawl this time. It's in fingering weight. I used a size 4 needle. You'll need a set of mini skeins that has a minimum of 90 yards on each skein. You can do it gradient. You can do it however you want. You can use leftovers if you've got 90 yards that you want to work together. Then to coordinate with those mini skeins, you'll need a solid color. Contrast by far better than like something that blends in with them. You want contrast.
Like your pepper and white rabbit.
Oh, I'm not using that.
But I mean, if somebody had a mini skein, though, either one of those would be nice
contrast. Yeah.
contrast.
Oh, this shawl, if I would have taken that set of minis that I have at home and knit this shawl with it, that'd have been spectacular. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, but I didn't. I knit it with, what did I knit mine with? Oh my, I used knitted wit.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I use knitted wit. So, so that's coming up on that first Saturday.
Okay, I think that's the 5th.
6th, whatever.
Okay,
and
then that
5th, 5th.
And then that Sunday is Sunday Fun Day because it's the first Sunday of the month. So that that month theme will be new cast on, new year, new cast on. So anything you want to cast on new, bring that. We already planned February's Sunday Fun Day is going to be February Fix It.
Oh, that sounds
so
interesting.
Everybody, and in February, the first Sunday, everybody should bring their problems, and we'll help fix them. So, yeah.
Well, that'll be interesting. I wonder if I got any problems in that stash of UFOs.
I don't know.
I don't know either.
Yeah. So we'll work on drop stitches, getting things right, finding mistakes.
Fixing mistakes is a science all in itself.
Yeah, I like to do it. I hardly ever unknit. I fix.
I fix too.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think it has to do with once you become very comfortable with how the knit stitch itself is constructed. It's really the technical aspects of how you construct the stitch. If once you have a good understanding of that and knowing which direction the yarn has to flow and that sort of thing, dropping down is easy to do. But you really have to have that understanding. And it's not something that happens by accident.
Yeah. Like if I'm in a lace pattern, like usually lace, I'll put markers all across the needle. I drop down the whole thing between the markers. If I'm doing lace, so the 8 stitches or whatever, I'll drop them all down. I'm fine with going down 10 rows or whatever I need to.
Yeah.
So that's no problem.
And I'm going to be looking into something, and I wanted to share it with you today because I thought it was interesting. Now, I don't know the origin of a Gansey sweater, okay, but it is the traditional. I always thought of them as fisherman's knit sweaters that have lots of cable action and things like that. Marie Green, who's a designer, goes by Olive Knits. She does have an Olive Knits group on Ravelry, but she does actually more of her knitting talk on her patterns through Facebook. And she does have a pretty active Facebook group. She does, rather than a podcast, she does like a cocktail hour and on Facebook. She'll do a live chat on Facebook. And it's kind of fun. She is coming out with this new pattern in January, but she's broken it into 8 weeks. Now, if you remember, Marie Green is the gal who does the knit a sweater in 4 days thing every July. Well, now she's taken the opposite direction, and we're going to do a sweater in 8 weeks. But every week she's going to focus on a different aspect of sweater knitting. So I bought the pattern already.
Okay.
I'm not 100% sure I'm going to knit it, but I want to follow the teaching part that she's doing, because I find that if I pay attention to those things, there's a lot of stuff that gets stored up in the memory banks about how to do certain things that it's worthwhile just to follow it. So I spent $7 on the pattern, getting the weekly teaching and the weekly podcast live talk, whatever, because she records it too, so you can watch it later if you can't watch it live.
Do you get the pattern ahead of time so you know what it looks like? Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, just Google Olive Knits or Marie Green, and this one it's a Gansey, and yeah. So I'm debating on whether or not I'm going to knit it. It calls for a heavier sock weight or a DK.
Okay.
But I kind of wanted to look through the stash and see what DK I had. I know I have one, but I don't know if I have enough. The interesting thing that I did learn so far is that Ganseys are knit at a much tighter gauge than you would normally knit it.
Well, they use them as, if it's like a fisherman's, they use them as outerwear.
Yeah. And so the stitch is really dense, and there's all cables going up the front. Oh, we had a little yarn friend.
Yeah, I got those all over.
Oh, okay.
You know, from making socks.
I guess. So what I had, some of the same yarn that you're knitting that red sweater out of, I have some of that at home in sweater quantity, but not enough sweater quantity to knit it at the tight a gauge that she's suggesting on this. And I think it would be an interesting experiment to do it. It's knit in one piece, but it goes bottom up.
Okay. So it must split for the sleeves.
Yeah. So I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah.
I have to do some stash diving and see what I got in DK. But I'm throwing it out there because for those of you who want to, go look it up, and like I said, the learning aspect of it, even if you don't want to knit the sweater, the learning aspect of it would be fascinating. And I will say, I've knit 2 sweaters, Stillwater and Beekeeper, that were designed by Marie, and both of them were worthwhile learning projects. There was, that I learned plenty from knitting those sweaters, so I'm okay with not knitting it and just learning. That's the way Marie does things.
Never, that I remember, made a sweater bottom up that was seamless. I've always gone top down.
Yeah, this
or seamed.
Yeah, and what I liked about this one is that she's got it, normal like hip length in the picture that she's modeling it, and then but the ribbing is wide.
Okay.
So it kind of hugs wider, and then
hips.
you start your cables. And one of the things that she did say is we're going to be doing these cables without a cable needle. Okay, that will speed things up tremendously.
This, you never need a cable needle. There's no true cables. There's no cables in this one.
It's all like twisted?
It's all
like that.
knit 2 togethers and then a yarn over. But they're not next to each other. So the knit 2 together and the yarn over are always 4 stitches in between.
Wow.
But you gotta do some needle manipulation to get them all to lay the right way, and to do the crosses like this.
Okay.
So, but yeah, never use a cable needle in here.
Well, I certainly think this would be definitely a fun project to look into.
I'm gonna look at that. What was it called again?
Marie Green's Gansey sweater. You know what? I
Gansey.
can try to find you a link.
Okay.
Okay?
Yeah, because I think I should do a bottom-up sweater.
Okay.
And if it's DK weight, then it'll go quick enough, because these fingering weight sweaters take a long time.
Yes,
I mean,
they
I
do.
started in July. I'm nearly finished, but because of Christmas, I put it aside about a month ago. But yeah, it takes good 4 to 6 months for me to make a fingering weight sweater.
Yeah, yeah. Well, yeah, you're working on that one.
The green one.
The green one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's nearly done. It's almost there. It's just got just a little bit. So.
Yeah. I have some fingering weight sweaters in the queue, and I've just been avoiding them. I want to knit them, but it's like, oh, fingering weight. Yeah, it's a lot of work.
Yeah, because I have the other one on the needles yet, the Morning Star or Morning Sky, some Heidi Kermeyer.
Okay, yeah.
That one's out of linen, cotton and linen.
Yeah.
That one's still on the needles. And then I have all that Sun Valley fiber yarn I bought, the MCN, to make a sweater, but that's also fingering weight. So,
Right.
yeah, it might be nice to do DK. I was thinking about Erin weight. I don't know if I'd like to wear Erin weight.
Cozy alpaca.
I can't wear alpaca. I'd cough all the time.
Well, sure soft. I bet this would drape nice, too.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, well.
I don't seem to be bad with the yak, so I'm not allergic to yak, obviously. Not that I'd want one for a pet.
No.
But I'm allergic to dogs, cats, alpacas, llamas. That llama yarn really set me off. Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, I haven't found anything that I'm allergic to. Although, I can say that if I spend a lot of time in the yarn room, like when I was cleaning and organizing my yarn, I did get a little stuffy. It could have been the dust.
I was going to say, yeah. I think yarn can grab a lot of dust.
Yeah.
And you can't dust it. Like you
No.
can dust shelves, but you can't dust yarn.
Yeah.
So if it gathers, yeah.
So, that's what I got going.
Okay. All right.
Well,
Well, everybody have a very Merry Christmas.